seek and lean on external validation for so many reasons. It could be trauma, it could be PTSD, it could be insecurity, it could be fear of rejection, it could just be you want to be generally and socially accepted by people. It could be a bad experience from childhood that has triggered a certain mindset in you to always have someone validate you. There are so many reasons why you are seeking external validation over yours. In this video, we're going to talk about how to stop seeking external validation and instead validate yourself. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, hey girl, my name is Lucy. I always say to stay subscribed because we have a good time on this channel. Today's topic is a very touchy but yes, really important one that a lot of us can absolutely relate. We're going to talk about how to validate yourself. Now, diving right into the video, the first thing I'm going to say is to tackle this issue, the most important thing you need to do as a first step is to understand your why. So why do you feel like you cannot give yourself the validation? Why do you always have to seek out to someone, people, things, situation to validate you, your life, your progress, whatever you're doing with yourself? That why is the most important step to dealing with the issue on ground. Like I mentioned in the intro, there are different reasons why we deal with seeking external validation. It could be insecurity, it could just be fear of rejection, fear of being weird, fear of being the one left out or the one looking stupid. It could be a childhood experience that has actually lived and stuck with you for so many years and you don't even know it. The most important thing is to actually pinpoint that trigger, the start of the issue. Majority of the time it is insecurity, but that insecurity also has a trigger, and it's not fun to say, but it's the truth. It definitely does have a trigger from probably maybe an experience. It's always an experience actually. That trigger could be, you know, someone making fun of you at an early stage of your life where, you know, your brain wasn't fully developed to pretty much, you know, walk away from the situation or understand what was truly going on, so it left a long-lasting negative effect in your life. Or sometimes the trauma that you actually faced wasn't even when you were younger, but obviously when you're, you know, older, and then you had an embarrassing experience that just kind of made you always question yourself, and you always needed somebody there to actually let you know that you're doing the right thing or you're living right for you to actually live your life, right? But my major point is to get rid of the problem or to even begin the process, you need to spot your trigger. You need to understand why you're dealing with this issue, why this issue even surfaced in the first place. Now, if you've spotted that out, what you need to do after that is tackle that situation. Sometimes alongside, you know, tackling this, your validation issue, or sometimes it could be a deeper issue where you need to, you know, address it separately before you even come to the validation issue. And most of the time, when you deal with the trigger, you don't have to deal with this issue because automatically it goes away. It's always as if you use one stone to kill several birds. Again, it is so important to address the trigger, address your why. Let's go into how you can stop seeking external validation. The first tip I'm going to give you is to embrace your uniqueness. Why I give this as a first tip is because a lot of us don't really understand how we are built and how unique we are in our own way, how special you are as a person. And most people don't really embrace that uniqueness. I know a lot of things about myself that might not necessarily be appealing to somebody else, but to be honest, I don't care. And I want you to get to that mindset where it's like, I know who I am, I know my traits and character, as long as it's not affecting or harming anybody else, and it's not a negative thing that I need to work on to have better relationships and to have a better life. It's just how I am made and how beautiful and gorgeous I am, you know, like this is how I was created. And honestly, I'm not going to change that just to accommodate someone else's emotions or feelings, especially towards me. It doesn't make any sense, right? So embracing your uniqueness will give you that sense of self-awareness. It will also give you that confidence that makes you actually stand on who you are. To love your uniqueness, you need to acknowledge those qualities, those talents, those things that you do that makes it you, that makes you you, you know, those things that you can attribute to just you, those things that you can do and nobody else can relate. Only you can relate. You understand what you're talking about. You know your qualities, your talent, the things that you're able to do that makes you, you know, unique and special. That is what you're made of, and you need to focus and embrace those. You become confident when you learn, when you are aware of those sides of you that cannot be found in other people, or other people actually see and cannot understand, but you know that side of you and you love that side of you. That's what adds value to your life. That's what makes you valuable, your uniqueness. So you need to love your uniqueness to build the confidence to walk through life with your head high, your head up, your eyes on the prize. You know, no one can actually tear you down or break you because of your uniqueness, because you embrace your uniqueness, you know them. Okay, now my second tip is one that I have spoken about so many times on every platform at this point. I always encourage this because it has completely changed my life. Honestly, it has opened my eyes to different aspects of me and my life and my journey that honestly I don't think not doing this would have actually given me, if that makes sense. And I'm talking about spending a lot of time by yourself. I know you're hearing me say this and you're like, oh my god, again. Yes girl, again, because you really don't understand how important spending a lot of time by yourself is until you actually start doing it. I always preach this because I have learned how to live life. I have learned myself. I have learned to love my own company. I've learned to sit with my emotions. I have actually even learned my emotions, like how my emotions work, how I tick, how I move, like what I like. You know, I have traveled alone. I have gone to eat alone. I have done a lot of things alone. I have lived life alone for years, and sometimes, not going to lie, it can be a bit sad. You have your moments where you're like, oh my god, I want to be with people, I want to be around people. That's completely fine, but you do that for a short period of time, but then you go back to just, you know, embracing who you are and embracing your individuality, right? I always say the balance of both of them is what makes your life juicy, what makes your life colorful, what makes your life beautiful. Having that strong balance of, you know, spending time by yourself and also being able to relate and spend time with loved ones in your life. When you spend time by yourself, you'd also have time to self-reflect, and in this journey of validating yourself, you need to self-reflect. You need to understand what your achievements are. You need to know what your best practices are as a human being. Like what do you do? Like how do you do it? You know, what are the things that you do that generates results in different ways? You need to be able to reflect on how far you've come. You need to celebrate yourself as well. You need to have that time to actually gather the information, the data to work with when it comes to embracing the life that you live and loving the life that you live. And when you're able to do this, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you about you, you know you. So when people are trying to say certain things about you or trying to give an opinion about who you are, who you should be, it'll fly over your head. When you spend time by yourself, you're able to sit with your emotions and actually understand your emotions, so you're not easily triggered as well. So when people come and tell you certain things that are supposed to rock your world, it does not do anything to you, because you know you're able to control your emotions and you're able to give time to what needs to be given time to, taking yourself away from things that don't actually add value to your life. Learn to spend time by yourself. You would not accept bullshit. Mediocre friendship, useless relationship, bare minimum will never be a case that you'd have to deal with if you learn to spend time by yourself. Third thing is one of the most important on this list, and that is to stop seeking external validation from people. Okay, now there's no other way I'd have actually put this, because this is literally how to say it. It's like, stop seeking external validation for people. So basically, stop listening to what people say about you. Stop taking it in. You can actually listen. That's what happens when you actually know yourself. Point one and point two. When you know yourself, you can actually be in a room when they're talking about you and it will not even affect you. The one thing that you should think about, which will help you stop seeking external validation, people's perspective of you is typically based on their understanding, the lens that they are wearing, which most of the time can be blurred as heck, dirty as heck, okay? And also their understanding of life and experience has absolutely nothing to do with you. This validation you're seeking from that man, from that friend, from that person, from your family has absolutely nothing to do with the life that you live or who you are. The moment you realize this, the moment you actually take this in, when people try to come and tell you who you are, you will not even care, because understanding that human beings are human beings with the same capacity, sometimes even less than what you have as a human being, you would understand that they don't have a say. They don't have a say on who you are, what you do, how you do it. People can come into your life and tell you who they think you are based on their experience of you. Let me be the one to tell you that that does not actually truly reflect who you truly are, but mere experience and opinion of you. And that experience could be from different factors. Like I've always said, people experience other people in different forms. Someone can say, I am the meanest, craziest, outlandish, outrageous person they've ever met. And another person will say, oh my God, that girl is such a fluffy doll. She is kind, she's soft-spoken, she's sweet. Oh my God, I've never met anybody as sweet as that babe before. That goes to show you that people experience you differently based on their actions towards you as well. You need to understand that. It's the kind of energy or vibe that somebody gives you most of the time is how you show up in their life. However you're showing up in different people's lives is never a true reflection of who you truly are. This is typically a game of emotions, actions, energy, vibe, insecurities, reflection of their own struggles in life, and it has absolutely nothing to do with you. So when somebody is acting a certain way towards you or is saying things about you, most of the time it's not because you did anything wrong or you actioned something. Sometimes they're fighting demons and they're just projecting on you. When you look at life from this perspective, seeking people's validation will completely jump over your head. You will live your life truly and authentically because no one truly understands what's happening with you but you. Take your power back and understand that no matter what experience somebody has with you, it doesn't take away from who you truly are, how kind your heart is, how genuine you are, how beautiful you are on the inside and out. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't even matter if the experience they had was a bad experience. There are so many times I've had experiences with people that I know personally because I am self-aware. Honestly, I am. I know when I've been a bitch to somebody. I know when I've been bad to somebody. I know when I wasn't my best in situations. And believe me when I tell you that I come back and I say, oh, she's going to hate me. But that's not who I am. It's just different factors. Probably maybe I'm at the wrong phase of my life. I'm at the worst phase of my life. I am probably maybe not in my best mood. I'm just off, or your energy and my energy does not vibe. There's no synergy, right? Could be different things that could make you experience me in a different light. But that doesn't mean that that's who I truly am. I'm not that. It's just we're having such a weird synergy and that's just what it is. People's perspective and opinion of you do not make you and should never make or break you. It should never control your life because that's not who you truly are. Now, the fourth thing I want to talk about is people pleasing. Please stop people pleasing. I have a whole video. Maybe I could make a part 2 about people pleasing, especially in adult years or being a full-blown adult, because I think I made that video maybe 2 or 3 years ago, right? So I could make another video about people pleasing, but you need to stop people pleasing because people pleasing does nothing but make you look weaker than you actually intend to look. People pleasing is one of the biggest things that make you seek external validation because you're putting those people on a pedestal. That pedestal that you've placed them, first of all, they've not asked you to place them there, so they've not asked to be there. Second, the people you're placing at that point might not even be worth being at that point. They might not even be in the position to actually give you the validation that you're taking. Their validation might not even be validated. People pleasing is honestly one of the weakest things that I see people do, and just gives me the ick. I see people pleasing as a disease because most people actually people please even in ways that they don't know, especially to successful people or people they deem as successful. One thing about me that I love myself for, I don't really see anybody as above me, and I don't actually see myself as above anybody either. I see everybody, no matter your status and place in life, as equal. I don't know if I'm delusional for doing that, but that's just how I am. I'm just not going to place you as a point where it'll be like, oh my God, you are way above me and you have something that I don't have. I just cannot be that kind of person. That has made me really live life, my true self and authentic self. You would not see me smiling more than usual in any circumstance. It doesn't matter who or where. Like even to my boss at work, I'm not the kind of person that would have a completely different tone when I'm speaking to somebody just because they have a different title than I have, and that title is deemed as a much more senior title than me, or maybe they earn more than me. Like I just wouldn't be that. I mean, I acknowledge it, I see it, it's valid, but it has nothing to do with me. It's not my place or journey in life, and if I want to get there, I can work hard to get there. So I don't see myself as like kissing your feet or stepping out of my way to do something to please you just because you are at a position in life that I admire to be at. And I feel like having that mindset will just help you live your life truly, authentically. You look yourself in the mirror and call yourself all forms of beautiful every day because you are beautiful. Pleasing is just something that reduces your quality of life, and once you learn to stop people pleasing, a lot of things changes for you. A lot of things genuinely changes for you. Now, the fifth thing on my list, which is absolutely important, and I say it every time, is daily words of affirmations. This is going to help you so much and you have no idea. A few seconds ago, I just told you I look at myself in the mirror and say, oh my God, you're so beautiful. Today, sis, today I have looked at myself in this hairstyle 1 billion times. And girl, when I tell you that I have told myself I am beautiful 1 million times, you have no idea. I have told myself how beautiful my makeup is, how beautiful my lips are. I've told myself how pretty I look in this dress. I have said so many good things about myself, and this is genuinely how I am on a daily. Like, I sit, I dress up, even when I am not dressed up. Normally, I just tell myself good things. Oh my God, you're doing a good job. You're enough. You're beautiful. There is no one like you. There is literally no one like you. I'm not even saying that to just say that, but you are unique. There is no two of you. They can try to replicate you, but it will never be like the original. And you've heard that before. It's cliche, but you've heard that and it's true. Learn to say good things to yourself. You believe them. The more you say them, the more you believe them. The more you see them as true, the more they sink into your brain. When someone comes to tell you otherwise, it does not enter because it is occupied with good and beautiful things that you have put in there by yourself on a daily. Now, that's everything that I have for you guys in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Follow me on my socials, Instagram and TikTok. I'm going to have them linked below. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.
Those of you that are listening in your car, at your job, you at home, I don't care where you at. Turn this up right now, because we're about to go in. Hey,